Good morning, 92.9 on your FM dial. You are listening to the Crack of Dawn. It is a beautiful day in the neighborhood right here in South Georgia, North Florida. And on the phone with me right now, I got an absolute legend. I'm talking about one of the most iconic television personalities of all time, Mr. John Schneider. How are you doing, sir?
Wow, I'm doing great after that.
I hear
gosh.
You. Man,
my gosh, say that again.
Hey, I can tell you, man, pretty excited. I grew up watching you when I was a wee little guy, and man, absolutely, Dukes of Hazzard, the number one show in the history of television, in my opinion, being from the South where I'm from. So the fact that I'm actually getting to speak with you on the telephone is an honor, sir. So, there you go, brother. You. And I got your buddy in here with us, too, a buddy named Matt Cutter, and we're going to talk all about this new movie you got coming out.
Hello.
Well, terrific. Hello, Matthew. How are you?
I'm fine.
Anyhow.
So the new movie is Stand On It. It is
Stand On It.
Getting ready to make its debut this Friday, Orange Friday. They can rent it. They can check it out. Tell me about what you got going on with Stand On It.
Well, I don't know if you know this or not, but I went to North Springs High School there in North Springs, the other side, in between Sandy Springs and Roswell. And one day in 1976, 2 years before anybody had ever heard of the Dukes, actually 3 years before anybody had ever heard of the Dukes of Hazzard, I heard that Burt Reynolds and Hal Needham were at the Lakewood Fairgrounds filming a car movie. And I'm a Bullet fan and a Dirty Mary Crazy Larry fan and Gumball Rally. So I skipped school and I decided I was going to be in that movie.
I hear you.
So I went, that was it. It was like, they must be filming so I can be in that movie. So I went down there with a buddy, hopped the fence, found a guy with a radio, tapped him on the shoulder, and said, "Hey, dude, I'm sorry I'm late, but traffic on I-85 is a bear. Where's hair and makeup?" And, I kind of flustered him. And next thing I knew, I was having a breakfast sandwich in a makeup chair in a Universal Studios honey wagon. So.
Wow.
Yeah, it worked. I talked my way onto the set. They didn't know what to do with me. So all I wound up really doing is standing in the end when a tire falls off of Jackie Gleason's car. It hits a tall guy with a black cowboy hat right in the shins, and then the frame freezes and they roll credits. Well, that guy is me 2 years before we started filming Dukes of Hazzard.
That is absolutely phenomenal. So not only were you the man in Dukes of Hazzard, but you was the man before that because you was playing your own character. You just walked in and said, "Hey, this movie is for me. I'm here."
Yeah.
That is cool.
You have to grab life by the neck. You got to grab life by the neck because nobody's going to hand you anything. So I wanted from the moment I saw that black Trans Am and the moment I saw, I didn't actually get to meet Burt Reynolds that day, but I did spend a lot of time with Jackie Gleason. I knew that I wanted to do something that would bring people of all ages the same feeling I had when I first saw that Trans Am.
Yes.
And then when the movie came out, I bet you I saw that movie 50 times. How about you, Matt? How many times did you see Smokey and the Bandit?
Oh, geez. Once my parents allowed me to watch the movie, that was the kicker. So from about...
Oh, that's right. You're young.
I know.
You're
I am young, but I don't know. I couldn't even count how many times I've watched that movie.
The funniest part about meeting Matt is I randomly met him at my dive shop here in South Georgia. He came in to learn how to scuba dive. And then we started talking, and literally sitting on my dresser at my house for the last 10 years has been Smokey and the Bandit, and I watch it all the time. And my two little boys watch it like crazy, man. They're 8 and 9 years old, Doc and Waylon, and they're like, "Wow, Smokey and the Bandit, greatest movie of all time." Anytime we're in a truck, we're either watching Dukes of Hazzard or Smokey and the Bandit, and it's literally the only thing they watch. Crazy, man.
I'm counting on that. I'm counting on that because I'm just like you. And just like Matt. I am a huge Smokey and the Bandit fan. Have always been. So later in life, when Burt Reynolds actually became a friend of mine and Hal Needham became a friend of mine, we developed a bunch of shows that nobody bought, so we actually worked together a lot.
That is
Hal said, one of these days you need to do it. You need to make a tribute to the movie. So from Hal's mouth to God's ears, now, what is this, 43 years later?
Yep, come out on the year I was born, 43 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm now, imagine, I am now the guy driving the triple black gold stripe T-top. It's not a Pontiac because I'm a Mopar guy.
There you go.
But I'm now that guy, from the guy in the freeze frame where I got hit with the tire. It's almost like Dukes of Hazzard and Smallville and the haves and have-nots and it's almost like none of that matters.
Right.
This is why I'm here.
You're finally to where you wanted to be to start.
I am. Yeah, I am.
You have the cowboy hat on and you're in the black car. Now it's game on.
And I'm chewing bubble gum. I mean, my God.
That's what I'm talking about.
And I am so excited about this movie. So when the Dukes of Hazzard world and the Smokey and the Bandit world come together, and we don't redo Smokey and the Bandit. I'm me, and I get bet by a father and son who are almost the same age, which I think Pat McCormick and Paul Williams were almost the same age too. But he bets me $500,000 that I can't go from Holden, Louisiana to Austin, Texas, pick up 400 cases of local beer and bring it back in 24 hours.
Sounds like a legit bet.
Right. Well, I tell him from my hammock, because that's where we met Bert. I tell him, or the Bandit, and I say, that was a movie. It was a great movie, but that was a movie. And in the movie, it was 28 hours. Because it was 28 hours.
Yes, sir.
So I find myself in this world of doing what they did in Smokey and the Bandit. And then I wind up getting chased by a crazy bunch. And then Matt has a role in there, or I'm not sure if Matt plays Buford T. Justice or if Buford T. Justice plays Matt. The jury's still out on that.
That is a good question.
I would never fill those shoes. I can tell you that.
I don't know. You're real good.
He's a ringer, man. 100% ringer.
Oh yeah, he's in there. In fact, I just saw somebody sent me Dion, who plays Sonny, not Junior. So we have Sonny and Papa, not Junior and Daddy. The dog's name is Frog because he smiles. The girl's name is Fred because her grandmother's name is Frida.
Okay, I gotcha.
So we run a really fine line, but it all makes sense. And so far, we played it at a drive-in in Alabama, in Ewan, Alabama, and then one at the Bird Song in Tennessee, in Camden, Tennessee. And that's it. So I've now watched people watch this movie, and I honestly think that it will bring back. If you're a Smokey and the Bandit fan and a Dukes of Hazzard fan, it's going to make you feel like you did when you first saw them.
Right.
If you're new, I think you're going to go, oh my God, this is great, because nobody makes Southern action road comedies anymore.
No, that's 100% the truth. And those are some of the ones think about it. Burt Reynolds turned down he turned down several roles just to take Stroker Ace. I think he turned down James Bond to take Stroker Ace, so that's
and by the way, I'm glad you mentioned Stroker Ace. The working title of Stroker Ace, because they filmed that there in and around Atlanta and Helen as well. I'm not sure what dirt track they used. But when they filmed that, the name of that movie was Stand On It.
Right. I remember. Yeah. I heard something about that, so I wanted to make sure I threw that in there.
That's why I use that. Thank you. That's why I use that name. So if anybody is hesitant about, why did the Dukes of Hazzard guy make this movie, I'll tell you, I'm really the Smokey and the Bandit guy that made this movie.
There you go.
In my heart and soul.
That is amazing.
And by the way, Bandit's name was Bo. Remember that. Don't ever forget.
Exactly.
Bo Doraville.
That is 100%.
It might have been Doraville, like Doraville, Georgia. I'm not sure that it was an accent. But you know what my name is in Stand On It?
Well, what do we call you?
Duke Marietta.
That is absolutely phenomenal. Duke Marietta.
So, yep. I mean, you could have called me Duke and the Big Chicken, but it's Duke Marietta. And so I'm paying tribute to my high school days, to my great time on Smokey and the Bandit, to my love of that movie, my love of fast cars and silly law enforcement, and big trucks. We pay great tribute to truckers everywhere, who've kept us rolling throughout all this present nonsense. And it's been a wonderful ride, and now I'm so delighted that people are going to finally be able to see it. And I want to know what they think. I want comments on it's Cineflix DOD. I want comments. I want people to say how they feel when they watch it.
So basically,
I can't imagine that they won't like it. But if they don't like it, I'd like to know that too, because we're going to make another movie.
That would you got to keep making them, man. And that's the big thing about making these movies is it's not, you're not trying to redo Smokey and the Bandit. You're adding to the legacy that you had when you dropped out of high school that day to walk over there and do that. You said, "I'm out, man. I'm going to go over here and do do this." Yeah. I never knew that.
I skipped school.
That's what I meant.
I didn't drop out of high school. John Schneider dropped out of high school.
Yeah, I know, right? Right. That'll be on TMZ tomorrow. No,
I know, right?
But the coolest part about this now, starting is the live performance. So tell me all about the live performance. What all is involved when they show up to one of these performances? What are they going to see when they get there? What is the spectacular consist of?
The spectacular. Well, we bring a stage. We've got our band. We've got the Stars and Bars band. I call them that just to piss off all the people who are bad-mouthing Dixie.
There you go.
And I have Cody McCarver from Confederate Railroad. And by the way, when they talk to Confederate Railroad about being politically correct and were they considering changing their name, the leader of the group said, "Yeah, I think we're gonna drop the railroad part."
I hear you.
And then we've got Keith Burns from Trick Pony. We've got a great show. And when I get up on stage, most of the music that I do some of the old hits from way back when, but most of the music is brand new, and it's music from Stand On It.
Okay.
Including a song that Cody and I wrote called Stand On It. A great song Keith Burns wrote called Cowboys Don't Get Old. You can see that video on YouTube. So it's because it's me and I do music and movies. What my lovely bride and I have done is we're using the music to promote the movie, and we're using the movie to promote the music. So they all kind of work together. And Cody McCarver, Confederate Railroad, Cody McCarver, he actually plays Roy Reed, like Jerry Reed.
Roy Reed, I hear you.
Stand On It. So he's my country music buddy who drives my truck while I run Blocker.
Gotcha.
Roy Reed, and he plays Frosty. So you know what?
I got you. I hear you. I'm hearing you, Frosty. And you said,
I said, don't you say it. Don't you say it.
And then the dog Frog, right? You said Frog was his dog?
The dog is Frog because he snores.
Yeah.
And the girl is Fred because her grandmother's name was Frida.
There you go. See,
the sheriff is Cletus T. Necessary. And Cletus, of course, is a throwback to Cletus Hogg from Dukes of Hazzard.
Oh, yeah. Your buddy Sonny lives right here in Valdosta with us, so that's a good man.
Love Sonny. He was going to be in the movie, but his health was not great, and with the whole COVID scare, he didn't want to come out. And then we don't have Big and Little Enos Burdett. What we have is Tiny and Tim Needham, like Hal Needham.
There you go.
And cool, when Tiny says, I say I need some cash, he says, Tiny Needham's word is gold. And I say to him, Hal Needham's word was gold. Tiny Needham's word, it had to be considerably better to suck.
I hear you. That is cool, man. You're bringing
fun.
You're bringing back a classic. You're bringing back the old school feel of going to a drive-through, man, and just a drive-in, sitting there, watching it, carload of people come in. You get to experience it, put your telephone down, get a concert, get a movie, and all that's happening. And it's happening. You're doing it this weekend, as a matter of fact. And
you bet. Yeah,
Tullahoma.
We're doing it in Tullahoma. Tullahoma at the Montana Drive-In, and then the closest one you said to you is Sparta, and that's next weekend.
There you
Sparta,
go.
Tennessee,
December the 5th, and you're
it's going to be so much fun. But listen, folks, if you can't get to the drive-in, we have the movie comes out this Friday on Cineflix DOD. Let me spell that for you. It's CINEFLIX DOD.com. And that is a 72-hour rental.
Okay.
So if you want to get it and watch it with your friends, that's great. And then it comes out on DVD at my store, which is I'm standing right behind my store right now. It's my mom's old house. We call the store Miss Shirley's in honor of my passed on mom. But that website is johnschneiderstudios.com. If you want to make it really easy on yourself and you don't have to remember anything, go to the App Store, download my app. It's free. It'll work on an Android. It'll work on an iPhone. And it'll take you, there's a button in there that'll tell you where the concert and drive-in tours are. It'll take you right to Cineflix. It'll take you right to the store. It'll take you wherever you want to go. So it's a stalker's best friend.
There you go. We can figure out exactly what you're doing whenever you're doing it. That is absolutely amazing.
I check my own app to find out where I'm going to be this weekend. I have to look at my app.
That definitely sounds like that's a good problem to have, right?
Yeah. I love it.
My man Matt right here. Now, I was going to see if maybe I could set a little something up between the two of y'all. Maybe a little bit of a interaction between Mr. Duke Marietta and Mr. Buford T. Justice over here. So,
sure.
What y'all got? Y'all got anything for me, Matt?
Breaker for the Duke. You out there?
Yeah, you got the Duke here. Who am I talking to?
This is Sheriff Buford T. Justice of Texas.
Texas? Sheriff, this is Louisiana. You're out of your jurisdiction.
I'm aware of that, you mentor case, but I was in high-speed pursuit to come see you at this mentor case of a movie called Stand On It.
Well, me being a mental case or not is not germane to the conversation.
Well, now you know I can't say anything after this, John. Come on.
You just used a word too big for him. Now he's confused.
No, it's public radio.
The Germans got nothing to do with it. I know. Oh.
John gets me in a lot of trouble.
Here, let's do the end of it. Hey, Sheriff, you got your ears on. Come back.
I'm listening.
Listen, Sheriff, you're too... No, shoot. We'll just cut to the chase, I guess. Sheriff, if you need me, I'm the little guy over by the pool. I will claim that my word is gold. I could sure use a little help from you right about now. Help?
Help?
Oh, never mind.
Maybe you can... much obliged.
Look over your left shoulder.
Oof. See, this is the problem. John does this to me all the time. He'll say something, and then I repeat the lines, and then I got to go, oh.
Oops.
The fact that he does the mannerisms exactly like Gleason did as well.
Oh, I know. He's great.
And he's sitting here doing them in studio, the mannerisms, and it's absolutely phenomenal.
Of course he is. Of course he is. Is he wearing the glasses?
No, he don't have the glasses, but he's trying to grow the mustache back out. The cat might be licking a little milk off of
I'm getting the mustache ready for this weekend. Come on.
Oh, good. I wish I had a pencil-thin mustache.
That's right.
Yeah.
I just saw a great video that Dion sent me of Jackie Gleason showing up at a Burt Reynolds birthday party as Sheriff Buford T. Justice.
Yeah,
it was so
classic.
great.
Yep, that's classic.
Yep. Never looked at him, not even once.
Oh, I know. And walks right off stage. Doesn't even sit there. Just finishes up and walks out. I'll find you.
I love it.
That is absolutely phenomenal. Well, once again, we're going to be seeing this thing come out Orange Friday. That's this Friday, November the 27th, cineflixdod.com. That's CINEFLIXDOD.com. Or you can download John's app right there on Android or the iTunes store and see everywhere he's going to be. And go see the show, man. It's going to be awesome this weekend. You're going to be there?
I'll be there.
You're going to be there. John's going to be there.
Come on.
You betcha.
I hear you, man.
I'll be there. My Stars and Bars band, Cody will be there. Keith will be there. It's going to be a whole lot of fun.
Sounds like a blast, man. I will put this thing out to everybody in my surrounding 40 counties, man, and absolutely honored to talk to you, man. You are an icon from the South. Trust me, you already know this, but from a guy who's 43 years old that grew up watching the Dukes of Hazzard, man, absolutely one of my favorite characters of all time. My little kids this year at Christmas, my son Doc was playing you, and my other son was playing Luke, and with their little cousin. They were playing the Dukes of Hazzard with actual drawings that they made of y'all. So absolutely,
that's great.
Yeah, craziness, man. And like I said, appreciate you calling in, man. It means more than you'll ever know. We're going to hook you up and hopefully get you down here at the Spirit of the Swanee, man. Bring that whole show down here
let's
and
do
just
that.
get crazy.
I'm sure Matt and Alicia will make that happen. I would love to. Shoot, I'd like to play Chastain Park. All the places I went when I was in high school there. I'd love to do that. I think there's a big drive-in in Atlanta, isn't there? Like the Starlight or the Moonlight?
Might be one down there. We're in South Georgia, so we're right on the border. So we're right there between Lake City, Florida, and Valdosta, Georgia. So we're
Lake City.
Yeah, man.
Lake City.
So
what we do, it makes more sense for us to come and play, one on Saturday or one on Friday and one on Saturday, because the band drives in from Tennessee, and I would love to. I think we really are doing a great thing with this drive-in tour. I've missed drive-in so much.
Yeah, especially with the COVID stuff that's going on right now. This is the ultimate way to actually get back out and do something. It's really cool, man. So,
yeah, it's about damn time. All right, my friends.
I appreciate you, Mr.
We
John.
will see you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Bye, Matt.
Later.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.